they just called me and said I got a non-something fracture in my
Stress fracture?
actual. I'm not sure it's a stress fracture, but it's like it's not my talus. It's something right below it. That they clavicle. I'm not sure what it was,
Yeah.
but it's something right in there. It might be I don't know if that counts as a stress fracture, but I kind of just all happened in the last 2 days.
Have you been doing any treatment?
I've been going into.
Yeah.
So I put in.
Here with head coach Mike Anderson. Coach, if you could just recap the series over NDSU, and then followed by a few questions, and then we'll look ahead into the St. Thomas series.
Yeah, what a well-fought series on both sides. A lot of respect for North Dakota State, and we felt like we played 3 strong games, and got dumped in that first one. That was hard. We had a lead and lost it late. Second game was a hard-fought game that we got the chance to walk a team off, and then the third one, took charge of it late in the game. So all 3 games were hard-fought, innings, pitching, hitting, the whole thing. So proud of our team for competing.
Coach, the Bears put up 18 hits Saturday, followed with 14 on Sunday. What clicked offensively as the series went on, and what makes this lineup so dangerous sometimes?
We've had our stretches where we kind of get going. I think our team's starting to understand how to put hitting and offense together. Meaning you can be a great hitter, but unless you put it all together with 9 guys and 9 guys in a line and keep that line moving, that's what happened. We put some things together offensively. I think our kids are starting to understand how to drive runs in, how to set up innings. Those things happened on Saturday, Sunday. They happened on Friday too. We played well all weekend, just didn't get that win on Friday, but I liked what the offense did all weekend long.
And flipping the script here to the pitching side, Wagner, Loudon, Story gave you strong starts throughout the weekend. How would you assess their starting pitching across the series?
Well, thankfully this year in the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've gotten some good starting pitching. Our issue has been that middle, that bridge, and finishing games and doing some things. So, but it all starts if you get quality starts. And then you can live with what happens in the past or in the back end of games. But really pleased with Wagner. Second outing in a row that Louthan's done a really good job. And Jake Story's been doing this for 4 years for us. He's a veteran at it, and not only a leader, but somebody who can pitch on that back end on a Sunday for us. That's big.
A few other key contributors this weekend: Jake Bullard, Brandon Sanchez, Jaden Stone, all had huge weekends. What can you say about their impact on the series and their impact on the season?
Jake has been, I think he's one of the best first basemen in our conference. He does a great job defensively. He's had some ups and downs offensively. But to have such a competitive bat on Saturday, to get a walk-off win, the team loved it. To have our leader do that, just to see the joy on the kids' faces that they got a win, and Bullard was a big part of that. Brandon Sanchez, on Sunday getting a big home run for us late in the game, to add what we call jug runs, added runs late in the game. That was huge. And then you had Jaden Stone, who all weekend long was just fantastic for us. Sitting in the 2-hole, he's one of those guys that got innings started for us, push runs across with really, really competitive at bats. So 3 guys that were instrumental for us.
Awesome. And looking ahead, Coach, the Bears head to St. Thomas for a 4-game series to make up one that was canceled here in Greeley. What are some key areas of focus heading into this weekend to keep the momentum rolling?
Again, same thing, starting pitching. If we get good starting pitching, we're going to compete in every single game. We've done that the last 2 weekends with Oral Roberts, with North Dakota State. If we get quality starting pitching, good things can happen for us. Hoping with weather this weekend, it looks like everybody's going to be battling in the Midwest, so hopefully we get those games in. But and then from the other part, the offense, we would like to see that consistency, not some ups and downs. Obviously, we faced a really good team in Oral Roberts that had strong pitching, but we need to score some runs, and creating that consistency this weekend would be really important.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Associate Head Coach Tina Barrett. Coach, if we could just recap the Memorial Tournament this past week, followed by a few questions, and then we'll look ahead into conference action again.
Yeah, sounds great. We went to Texas A&M and played in a great tournament there. Second day, we actually played with Baylor and Kansas, which was great, like 2 top 30 teams. So great experience for our team. We played okay. Finished ahead of probably what we were ranked. But super pleased with our last round. We had Samantha play a good round, and Timber also played a good round, and Carol played a good round after struggling the first 2 rounds. So excited about that finish, and kind of just the whole experience there. It was just a first-class field. The last day, they had like this watch party, and there were like a ton of people out there watching, having a barbecue. They had their dog, their mascot out there. So just like really like what we don't really see in golf tournaments as much, more like a football vibe to it. So super fun and great experience for our players.
Coach Samantha Coleman led the way with a strong final round. What impressed you most about her play throughout the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said this in her Player of the Week thing too. Is like her length gives her a huge advantage, and that course was super long and played really, really tough. And so her length gives her that advantage. And she hit the ball well. Made some putts and played really strong, and then capped it off with a really cool like 70-footer on the last hole. So fun to finish a tournament like that.
Another standout performer, Timber. She continues to be steady throughout. With the conclusion of the regular season, she set a new stroke average record. Just anything you can say about Timber and what she's meant to this program?
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing, and she's going to be sorely missed. But we have one more tournament with her, and we're trying to enjoy all the time that she's given us. Obviously, she's been steady all year, a great player. I think I've said it before, but just like the ultimate teammate, works the hardest, gets the best grades, plays the best golf. So just like a coach, whatever a coach would want in a player, she's it, and is a great leader for our team.
And Coach, looking ahead, Big Sky tournament right around the corner. How does this Memorial tournament with a competitive field kind of translate into what you'll see at conference and have that sort of intensity and energy?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think competing, the second round with Baylor and Kansas, and kind of seeing our games really aren't that far off from the top teams, and going in there with some confidence. We know the course. We've played there the last couple of years. And so we know kind of what to work on this week. I think the par 3s are going to be key. There's 5 par 3s. And then short game, because the greens are kind of pretty small there. So we know what to work on, and we're going to be doing that, and just kind of getting in that mindset that last week was kind of super hard course, and pars were good. But this week we're going to have to make some birdies on the par 5s and play the par 3s. If we can play the par 3s pretty steady and make some birdies on the par 5s, I think we have a really good chance of competing.
And flipping sides here, the men are currently competing at the Shark Invitational. What can you say about their?
Yeah, they're playing with some guts today. I know I've been following along on my phone. It's hard to kind of keep up with the scoring, but their best player isn't playing today. So the other guys have really stepped up, and hopefully they can get it done. It's super exciting to watch.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, if you could just talk about the Kit Mayer Classic and Golden this past weekend, how would you assess the team's overall performance?
Well, I think we're moving in the right direction, and we're continuing to build on each week, which I'm really excited about. I think right now, this is good. This is a good thing.
You had multiple podium finishes and a first-place event win. You know, what does that say about where the program is right now, and how does that create confidence moving forward?
Well, I think, as I said, we're continuing to build on the momentum that we have. Very good to see Rafael Agbujelum starting to come back. He is our former school record holder. As a freshman, he went 45.76, so we're looking at him to be low 45s and qualify for the Nationals. So he's starting to get it together after his surgery. Cadence is really starting to come around, so those things really help when you're talking about depth and being able to score in a meet.
And outside of those performances, you know, what else stood out to you most about the team and how they competed this weekend, both on the track and in the field?
I just like the effort, you know, very solid. They're improving each week, and that's the key. They're improving each week because only top 8 score at the Big Sky, so we've got to be able to maximize our efforts and be able to score when it counts.
And Coach, looking ahead, a few more events before you know, championship season comes around. How do you keep athletes focused on the long-term goal while also celebrating some accomplishments along the way?
I think we just make sure that they're doing the right things in the classroom, they're doing the right things on the track, they're hungry. You got to be hungry, okay? So as long as they're hungry and they're doing what they need to do in the classroom, I think things will take care of itself.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Welcome. That's pretty good.
Coach, how would you summarize the team's performance across the series against Idaho State, especially after both a split and then a loss on Game 3?
Yeah, I mean, we knew going into the weekend Idaho State's tough, and I think we knew we had a battle coming our way, and I think it was nice to come out with that win Saturday night, and I think, we knew each game would be a battle, so, and knew it, I mean, I think we knew it could go either way, and so I think getting that game on Saturday was huge, and then to come back in the last inning, of course makes it exciting, but seeing that we can win those tight games, I mean, I think that's what we got to keep trying to do. We're going to be in tight games for the rest of the year, and so proving to ourselves that in those tight battles we can come out on top is awesome. So. Yeah.
Coach, you touched on it briefly. Walk-off win in Game 2.
Yeah.
What stood out to you most about the team's ability to respond in that game after dropping the first one?
Yeah, I think, anytime you kind of start a series in a loss, you have to figure out how to bounce back quickly. And I thought Grace came in and did a great job against their offense, which helped us be able to just stay in that game. And then to come out, with the win is awesome. And it was tight, it was exciting, 2 outs, full count, and, you go back and that pitcher actually really threw a beautiful pitch, and it was low, it was out, it was a quality pitch, and Chris took it for the double, and we had speed on bases, and so it was fun. That made it exciting and fun, So you got to love those games, right? They make it exciting to watch. So yeah.
Coach, moving ahead to Game 3 now, what do you think needed to improve to avoid stretches where the offense was limited in certain innings?
Yeah, they have great pitching. They actually have on their staff 3 pitchers that are throwing with under 3 ERAs, right? So again, it's like every game you're going into that going, okay, how do we score runs? How do we have some situational hitting? And it didn't happen for us in that game. And, in those tight games, that's what we need to see a little different is, can we have pitching that holds us in it? Can we be in a 0-0 battle and then somebody's just trying to get 1 or 2 runs, and that's the place we've got to step up a little bit. In those tight games, can our pitchers give up a little less, and can we score a few runs, right? And those are tough battles, and we just keep working on that all the time, right? Nobody likes those type of losses, but that's it. It is. It's having. You got in any game, right? You got to put it all together. It's all a team loss. It's all a team win. And sometimes parts of it don't add up, right? And so you just keep the next week battling to have them all add up together. So, yeah.
Coach, and now heading into this week and looking ahead, in the road, heading to Portland State for some more conference action. How different is it preparing for a road series compared to playing at home?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're playing somebody at their home place, there's a little bit of an advantage there. But also, I mean, our focus solely is on us and what our game is about. And so preparing, we don't really prepare much differently. We just prepare ourselves and to try to be the best we can be, on the road or at home. So that doesn't change a lot. It's always fun to play Portland. I think we have a really big respect for each other. We always have really good battles, so it'll be fun going to play there too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.